We will just say about Villa, because they're obviously second as it stands. They're doing fantastic, and they got a late penalty.
Douglas Suisse, and it nearly didn't go in.
Yeah, it crossbarred, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was one of them ones where it's crossbar, hits the line, and then it hits the crossbar again. Yeah, but like just off it. But yeah, lucky, but you need all that luck to win titles.
I think they could be top of the league now if they'd managed to beat the mighty Reds at Old Trafford, but they couldn't quite do it. Which is, shocked me as much as anybody else.
Not everyone can do it.
When they went 2-0 up, I thought, well, this is kind of what I expected. As much as will say I thought we weren't playing that badly when we went 2-0 down, but I think it was a strange game when they played against us. I don't know if it's a mentality thing. I don't know how many times they've come to Old Trafford and got a result. Maybe
we had an Aston Villa fan. I think I know. Yeah, I know him. And he commented on one of our shorts that we uploaded to
YouTube.
Yeah,
to be fair, yeah.
And he was like, oh, it's just the curse of Old Trafford. So obviously he thinks that every time they go Old Trafford, the shit.
Yeah, maybe can't quite do it. But I mean, they were in the game. They had a 2-0 lead in the game. Obviously, just from a Villa perspective, I don't think they can... Obviously, you don't want to lose in that manner, but they didn't come to Old Trafford and roll over. I think it was just a case of...
It was too poor defending from like set pieces that got them goals, but they got the game against Burnley. They got Diaby back in the squad, and I think he's unbelievable. I do.
Yeah, he's one to be looking at again for fantasy. I mean, I think a lot of people sort of were favoured to him, and then he was out injured for a while. So
I think him and Bailey look really top class at the minute.
Bailey, I'd have written off because he was so poor.
I think he's had about 2 bad seasons with Aston Villa.
I can remember it because I have had him in my fantasy team because he was cheap, and I'm like, he was shit hot at Leverkusen. Yeah. I'm like, he's worth taking a punt on, and he was so. I don't even want to say he was really bad. It was frustrating because he was getting into good positions. The final ball was poor, wasn't finishing, but then like in pre-season for them, he was good.
It's weird though. All it takes is that manager that you play your best football
unlocks it,
yeah.
I think he's looked good. Diaby's been good. Watkins been phenomenal, in terms of a creator as well. Your best mate, top for assists in the Prem as it stands.
Yeah, and he's like 4th or 5th in goals, so he's doing really well.
I think he's got something like 8 or 9 goals and 9 assists. I can't remember bang on the money, but something along those lines. So he's been really, say, outperforming, to be honest. As good as, he's a good player. I'm not knocking it, but for him to be sort of doing so well, I think is obviously a testament to how well Aston Villa are doing at the moment.
Yeah, fantastic. You actually said, didn't you? Where did you say they'll finish 4th?
Oh, when we had Reece on the pod. I was torn. I think I maybe gave them the shout for 4th, but the way I summed it up is, if I told you the top 4 teams in the league at the moment.
Oh, you said the best.
I think they're one of the top 4 teams. Whether or not they can make that last for the season, it's a difficult ask. But
we had quite a lot of people commenting saying they'll have a drop off and they'll actually finish 5th, 6th, and I think there's a few people maybe saying 4th, but there was a lot saying 5th, 6th, and maybe even 7th. And they just said like they'll have a big fall off.
But you have to, I know Villa are a big club anyway, but 5th, 6th, European places in any sense is a good season for Aston Villa.
Oh, yeah.
I think they maybe be disappointed if they go to be up there for a period of time now and then fall away.